come with me on a little trip from Dumfries to Aberdeen. They keep the gardens nice here at Dumfries railway station. It's volunteers that upkeep it. Station car park is still 50 pence. It's been 50 pence for rail users for as long as I can remember. Dumfries railway station. Station hotel here in Dumfries. Platform 1 here at Dumfries railway station. That's the new footbridge over there, which they just recently installed with a lift. And here is the 1312 from Carlisle to Dumfries, arriving here at Dumfries at 1343, which will form the 1358 from Dumfries to Carlisle. So there she is, the 1358 Scotrail Class 156 service from Dumfries to Carlisle. These formerly the Sprinter trains, which were introduced on the Nif Valley line here in 1988. So they've been going quite a long time. Good trains though, really good. So we'll be heading off to Carlisle, where I'll catch my next train from there up to Edinburgh Waverley, which will be Avanti West Coast. I always go to the front carriage because everyone seems to pile into the rear carriages and they're always packed. I think a lot of people don't realise that trains have more than one carriage, so you can just walk up and get plenty of seats towards the front. Departure of Dumfries, bang on time at 13:58. Approaching our first station stop, Annan. And crossing the river Annan as well. Young's factory there in Annan. last station in Scotland on the Nith Valley line, and the first station on the Nith Valley line as you come back from Carlisle up to Dumfries. Gretna Green. So we're now leaving the Nith Valley line and joining the West Coast Main Line, crossing the border from Scotland into England over the River Sark. As you'll see the Scotland and England sign just in a little minute. There we go. Big River Sark, England sign. That's us now in England, Cumbria. And on the West Coast Main Line, which runs between Glasgow Central and London Euston. Crossing the River Esk here in Cumbria. Approaching Carlisle station. Dixon's chimney there in the distance.
Years ago, what we were here, this guy's stealing fucking cops basically trying to
Arriving on platform 8 here at Carlisle station. Normally it's platform 7 just there, but we're in platform 8 today. And there's the West Coast Main Line there. So here we are at Carlisle station, arrived bang on time on Scotrail Class 156 service on the Nith Valley line from Dumfries to Carlisle. Journey times approximately 35 to 38 minutes, quicker than driving. It's a very old station, Carlisle. It's going to be going through a big refurbishment. I'm not sure actually when they start that, but in fact, if I just go over here, it tells you a little bit about it. Feel free to pause the video to read all this. And just here, adjacent to platform 4, used to be the 301 Miles pub. It actually they closed down because Network Rail had put the rent up for them. So rather as, you know, the building has now become empty, would it not have just been better keeping the rent at a reasonable price and keeping the building in use rather as it's sitting empty? It's been a good few months now that it's been closed. Used to like going in there. Such a shame, really. And that's the Carlisle Settle line there. I've done that many a time. Beautiful journey from here to Settle, but I always normally go all the way to Leeds. Well, I may as well take a little seat. May as well pour myself a little beer since I've got 22 minutes to wait for my next train. Just what the doctor ordered. Cheers. And that's the 1449 Avanti West Coast, Pendolino, from Carlisle down to London Euston, which will be the 1340 from Glasgow Central. I normally get that train actually quite often when I go to London. It's an excellent service from on the West Coast main line down to London Euston and up to Glasgow Central. I'm using the West Coast main line today from Carlisle up to Edinburgh Waverley, and I'll be crossing the bridge very soon to get that. I've got another 15 minutes or so yet to wait, so I'm just enjoying a little beer of my own since that pub's not open. There is a bar across on platform 3. It's I think it's a pumpkin bar, but I think it's like $4.50 for a can of beer, and I'm thinking, well, I've got my own, so why pay $4.50? Well, anyway, that's me being a tight Scotsman, I suppose. No, we're not really tight, but as I say, I've got some of my own cans there, so I may as well drink them. Well, I'll not drink them all. I'll have one now and I'll have a couple on the train heading north. So I'll head over the bridge to platform 3 for the 1502 Avanti West Coast Pendolino service from Carlisle to Edinburgh Waverley. And this is platform 3. That's not my train, that's 1449 to Motherwell and Glasgow Central. My train will come in once this leaves. Well, maybe about sort of 5-10 minutes after it leaves, it should be here. And that continues non-stop from Carlisle to Motherwell and then Glasgow Central. Quite a lot of the trains from Carlisle to Glasgow Central only go to Glasgow Central, but there's the odd one that stops at Motherwell, and I think there's 1 or 2 a day that stop at Lockerbie as well. So that continues to Glasgow Central, which is roughly about, well, they say about an hour 12 minutes. But I've often seen it's done it in just about over an hour and 5 minutes from here. The same as this one that I'm getting to Edinburgh Waverley. That's the Cumbrian coastline from Carlisle to Barrow and Furness. That's a nice journey. Follows the coast down to Barrow and Furness. Sort of goes via Maryport and Whitehaven, etc. And here she comes, the 1502 Avanti West Coast service from Carlisle to Haymarket and Edinburgh Waverley. Unknown Soldier is the name of this train. It's actually in reverse order this time, because normally first class is at the rear on the journey up, but it's running sort of back to front, but however, Unknown Soldier. Departure of Carlisle bang on time.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh, calling at Haymarket. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, play it, sorted.
So we travel non-stop from Carlisle up to Haymarket. And then it's Edinburgh Waverley, which is just roughly about 5 minutes afterwards.
01 Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh Waverley. Our next calling point at 16:12 will be Haymarket, followed by Edinburgh Waverley, where we are due to arrive and terminate this afternoon at 16:18. The formation of our train is as follows, starting at the rear of the train. We have our standard.
So we're running back to front today. Normally, if you were heading north, the two-seaters over there would be at this side. So, and like I said previous there, when the train was arriving into Carlisle station, first class is normally at the rear of the train, but in this instance it's at the front, which happens occasionally but not very often. So anyway, yeah, so a great service. I love Avanti West Coast, and Virgin Trains as well was prior to this in 2019. I think it's an excellent service. Quite often you get delayed, but I travel a lot and I find we've got a really good railway in this country. It gets a lot of criticism from people, but I've been in trains in Europe and they've been delayed. I did a rail tour at Italy, there was delays, France, so everywhere, every form of transport you travel on will have a delay or a cancellation. It's not just the UK. And we're speeding through Lockerbie in Dumfries and Galloway. Normally people would say get the train from Lockerbie to Edinburgh, but that particular train, the 1434 Transpennine Express today, was cancelled. Good job I checked. But I never use Lockerbie. I always prefer to get on the train from Dumfries to Carlisle, then catch the non-stop Avanti West Coast service. Much better. approaching our first station stop, Haymarket, on this journey from Carlisle.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lisa, your train manager speaking. We are now on the approach to Haymarket. This is a special announcement for any customers in coaches J or K. As the train is longer than the platform at Haymarket, the doors will not be released. So again, if you are in J or K, please do move forward to, oh no, my apologies, the train is in reverse formation today. If you are in coaches A or B, please do move forward to coach C, as the train is longer than the platform, the doors will not be released.
I don't think he's alive now. Look like him. Look at this. Don't leave on seats because it'll go in my mouth.
Two coaches of the train, that's A and B. Please do move forward to coach C. My apologies for the confusion. Our train is in reverse today. I'd like to thank you, Carlisle, the Avanti West Coast, and I do hope you had a pleasant journey. We are just a few minutes ahead of schedule. We will most likely be held outside of Haymarket awaiting a vacant platform. Thank you.
Approaching Haymarket station in Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, which is our final stop.
Just passing Edinburgh Castle as we make our approach to Edinburgh Waverley station.
Or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you, and please mind the step down to the platform.
Excellent journey. An hour and 6 minutes from Carlisle to Edinburgh Waverley. Timetable says it's roughly about an hour and 14 to an hour 15 minutes, but normally it does it much quicker than what the timetable says. On this occasion it has done. Well, that was definitely an excellent journey on Avanti West Coast, Pendolino. Unknown soldier from Carlisle up to Edinburgh Waverley. So I'll make my way to the main concourse of the station. Unfortunately, because Scotrail has a temporary timetable in place, there's no train at 16:30 up to Aberdeen, where I'm going tonight. Well, this afternoon I should say. So I've got to wait till 17:30. Hopefully this will get resolved after the end of September, because the temporary timetable was supposed to finish at the end of August, but obviously it's got extended till the end of September, which is a bit annoying, but it's not a major issue, you know. I could have drove up in the car and you get delayed in the motorway, so to be honest, this is a better way to travel than driving. There's no question of it. I wouldn't thank you for taking the car long distances. I just use it for work, short journeys, shopping, etc. Any great distance, I'll always use either the train or the coach. Train's obviously my preferred mode of transport. I don't mind the coach actually either. In fact, I probably prefer the coach to the car. But anyway, here we go. But I shall just bypass this people lot because that's what I do. People just sort of fidget about, you know, and just filter yourself in. Certainly not like London, you should be standing on the right and letting people pass on the left. So this is Edinburgh Waverley. Not too busy, but for a Friday, it's nearly 25 past 4. You know, it's not really, it's busy, but it's not overly busy. I'll just go a little quick walk through here and show you this section of the station. It's a nice station, but to be honest, Glasgow Central is a much nicer station in my opinion. But I mean, this is a nice station. I'm not saying it's not. You know, it's not bad. This is sort of foyer where you go through to the toilets, and there's a ticket office area here as well. There's a few food courts. There's M&S food court, the beer house there, bookshop. No, it is a nice station, but I do much prefer Glasgow Central Station. And actually, to be honest, I actually prefer Glasgow as a city to Edinburgh. As I say, I don't dislike Edinburgh, I like it, but I think Glasgow's just friendlier, and the architecture in Glasgow's amazing. But no, this is nice, it's a nice station. So, as I said before, there's no train at 16:30 to Aberdeen. So normally I would just be jumping on that 16:30 now. But because that's not on the timetable at the moment, because of the temporary timetable, it's to do with the drivers' union. So there was one at 15:30, but obviously I couldn't get here at the time I finished work. I couldn't get here to catch that. So it was either just get this one, and if I went via Glasgow from Dumfries, I would actually arrive in Aberdeen half an hour later. So I should be scheduled to get in Aberdeen just about after 8 PM tonight. Whereas if I was going via Glasgow, I think it was going to be 8:35 or something. So I'm still gaining time coming this way. So there is the famous Edinburgh Castle there. I'll try and zoom in a little bit. There it is. And then up that way is the Royal Mile. I'm just staying within Edinburgh Waverley station because I've got my trains like, well, 50 minutes from now to Aberdeen. I might actually just call in at the booking office, which is a Witherspoon. Quite a nice one that actually. A little bit more expensive than the normal Witherspoons because obviously it's in the city. And this road's closed off now, traffic, it's only for buses and taxis, but normal cars used to come up this way. I think Princess Street's just for buses and taxis and cyclists as well. As I say, as I mentioned before, I do like Edinburgh, but to me it's a bit overrated. You know, I think Glasgow, in my opinion, there's something about Glasgow I like. It's a friendlier city. It's very underrated, unfortunately. It's a much bigger city than Edinburgh. Well, it's obviously Scotland's largest city. But yeah, so here we go. So I think I will head to there and have a little pint. The booking office, Witherspoon's just outside Edinburgh Waverley Station. we'll head back down to Waverley station. I've still got about 40 minutes before the train to Aberdeen leaves, so by the time I get down there, I'd rather be early than late. But yeah, that was nice. I'd recommend going in there. It's not bad at all. Handy for the station. So this is a platform here for the Aberdeen service. Your traditional class 43, which formerly was known as Intercity 125 back in British Rail days. These trains have been serving our railway for practically just about over 50 years now. Excellent, and Scotrail are actually going to be getting rid of these soon. Well, not soon, but within the next 2-3 years, which is a shame. Yes, lovely trains, but yeah, they'll be getting rid of them soon, unfortunately. They call it Intercity 7 here, it's first class. That's my carriage. So that's me on and relaxed. The 1730 class 43 Scotrail service from Edinburgh Waverley up to Aberdeen. And I know it's platform 19, so I always sort of get on before they announce the platform to the station. And look how good that is. You get a better seat. Departure of Edinburgh Waverley on the 1730 class 43 Scotrail service up to Aberdeen, bang on time. Scott Monument there as we leave Edinburgh Waverley. Haymarket station. Now I could have got off here on the Avanti West Coast service and caught this train from here, but I'll always go into Waverley to catch it when you get the best seats at the start of the journey. Leaving Haymarket bang on time, so we now run non-stop up to Cooper on this 1730 service from Edinburgh Waverley up to Aberdeen. Haymarket depot. There's a few class 43s that we're passing now. And we'll be passing Murrayfield Rugby Stadium here, as you can see there. Crossing the fourth rail bridge. Island. Burn Island in Fife. Passing through Kinghorn in Fife. Get a better view of it in a little minute. It's a shame it's a bit cloudy because the last week's been really nice. Blue skies. I'd have rather got the video when the weather was nicer, but still okay. It's still quite warm for the middle of September. Kirkcaldy. Station stop, Cooper and Fife. Yes, yeah. Lookers in Fife. So leaving Lookers, and then the next station will be Dundee. We'll be crossing over the Tay rail bridge. Lookers is where you would get off if you were going to St Andrews. There's a bus link from here to St Andrews, which is the closest place to here. Crossing the Tay rail bridge over the River Tay from Fife into Dundee. Approaching Dundee station.
Ferry. This is something that does not look right. Keep your member staff. Contact the British Transport Police on 61016. Sorted. Say it shortly. Customers are reminded that NTX and smart cards must be validated before boarding the train. Aberdeen. The next stop on 61016. We'll stop it. Here. First stopper.
Well, that was an excellent journey up to Aberdeen on our great railway from Edinburgh, Waverley on class 43. Which was formerly Intercity 125. As I said before, these trains have been going for like over 50 years now, but they will be going very soon because the Scottish Government has planned to scrap them and put your trains on, which is a bit of a shame because I think these have got plenty of life in them, but there you go. So yeah, Aberdeen, excellent journey. And I'll just give you a little quick glimpse of this because this will all be history at one time. Class 43. They are the icon of our British railways. You'll never beat them. Anyway, this is me coming into the concourse of Aberdeen railway station. I shall pause this or stop it at the moment till I get through the barrier. Oh, I've got a wee wave from somebody there. Aberdeen railway station, and here is my beautiful Jessica.
Hello, Jason.
Hello, Jessica.
I'm happy to see you.
That's first class lounge here at Aberdeen station. Just thought I'd give you a little glimpse of that. Anyway, this is the last of the video of this journey up. Hope you all have a good evening and a good weekend. Good night.